I've been making rails since I was like a teenager, so I have a lot of years doing this, and I've learned a lot of tricks, both making them without any CAD drawing program or drawings whatsoever. We used to actually chalk out on the table or a floor what we wanted to build, but actually draw out the steps and then put in the pipes and bend each piece. And it was pretty much a pain in the neck. We made a lot of mistakes. Then I found this program by General Cadd, and the guys at the forum also helped me make macros. Sometimes they'd make a macro for me. Sometimes they'd give me some code. Sometimes I'd make one. They'd adjust it. And vice, they were experts at macros, and I had a mission, so it worked out really well. And this is what I did over the years with the program. What I do is I lay out a shape that the outside of the rail is going to follow. And I have keys that perform certain tasks like increasing the length of a line by 4 inches. That's the depth we go into the ground for the rail. And there are drawing tools that are built into the program. And what they do is they allow you to draw multiple lines. And if I'm going in a counterclockwise fashion, they draw to the inside of the geometric shape I drew. And if I was going to go clockwise, the pipe would draw on the outside of the line. That's the way I have it set up. You can set it up any way you like. But it's important, like if you were going to do this yourself, you'd have to know this. And you could easily get this information off the forum. Or it might take you a week or two to get it all perfectly set up for yourself. And but after that, you could definitely do this yourself. Just erasing those geometric lines. Now this customer wants a pipe in here. Actually, 3 more pipes in here. And I have a macro that increases the length of a pipe by ½ inch. That's the notch depth that we're going to have in for the pipe. Sometimes here you need a little more than a half, but in most cases a half works out well. You end up almost not cutting the bottom part of the pipe here. And it seems to work out pretty well for us. We still leave it as a half in most cases, unless it's a very, very steep set of rails. And sometimes you'll have to go a little deeper on the notch, but you'll see it when you draw it. This program measures this distance and also measures the pipe. And it'll either, if you tell it the space you want between the pipes, it'll tell you how many you need to achieve that, or you can just skip that and put in the number of pipes, since I already know. Oh, let me stop here. I forgot to erase the geometric shapes. I want to copy all them and erase them later. Measure this again. Pipes. Selecting what I want copied. And then when we press enter, copy the pipes and put them in place. That's a pretty good time saver. Next, we have to find out where to bend these pipes. You certainly don't want to have to lay it out by hand. That's no fun. This is the start of the 90-degree bend right here, and I don't know the angles yet here, but we can find that out right now. And these two angles add up to 90 degrees, which gets you back down, hitting perpendicular to the ground. Next, we want to change the line color, something different here, the text color to something different. And then dimension the smaller pipes here. This way you don't get the measurements mixed up. So when you're cutting these pipes, you have just the green to go by. When you're cutting this one outer pipe here, well, twice, you make it twice. And you got all your measurements. That's pretty cool. I'm also going to put a pipe in here, which I guess I could do that now. We can dimension these so we know what they are. I only dimension one of them just because I know they're all the same. That's pretty much our shop drawing for drawing a railing. Sometimes if I was going to show it to a customer, I would dot these lines to show that they're not visible and seen. But again, this is all, I would also do this if I was going to show it to a customer for approval. Just break the line just so it looks more realistic. Again, this takes very little effort, especially once you've done this a few times. It's actually a lot of fun. Start going faster and faster. And right now I'm using multiple softwares simultaneously to record this and to do this, so I'm not even thinking at 110% here on this. I'm kind of doing it so it's a happy medium between making a video out of it and getting it correct enough to show you. And that's pretty much it. One thing to remember, when you're making this rail coming down, like this step here I think sticks out a little past. This one does too. It's important that your rail, if anything, is sloped a little down further than what it's supposed to be. Never send a rail up high. If a rail comes, if this angle is high, is greater than the slope of the steps, it looks terrible. So if anything, if it's down too much, you really don't see it, and I've never heard anybody complain. The other way, I've had people complain. So that's just something to keep in mind. We start an inch off from the house. That's a norm. If you're using some kind of large coring rig and you can't get it close, that's something to think about. You might want to, think about that. Maybe you'll have to start a little further off. But if you're using a handheld diamond coring bit, that's probably fine for you. That'll work out well. And that's pretty much it. But I just want to show people how I build rails and dimension pipes. These are the actual start and stop of each bend that we're going to make. You can put it into the bender either way, and it comes out very, 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 very accurately. It's the same thing. So it's good if you're in the tight place and you can't swing the pipe through the bender in the same way without turning the bender. It's good. It's a lot of help. And that's about it.